and that I can glorify God in that body, and that the whole of creation is going to see what they wanted to see, what they're waiting to see, that they might see that body which is from heaven. They're waiting to see it. The world is looking into the church and says, hey, you've got divorce in your church, amongst your people, we've got divorce out there. You've got cancer, we've got cancer out there. We've got all these diseases, you've got them in the church, we've got them all out there. Your king is no better than our king. Come on. This is reality. They're not listening to how good you can preach. They're not listening to how much you know about the Bible. They're not listening to know how much you've memorized of these texts in the Bible. They want to see something. They want to see something. So, it says here then, verse 2, in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house from heaven. I say, Lord, I didn't earnestly desire this early enough. I should have started when I was a young man. I'm 79 years old now, and I didn't even know about this 40 years ago. I didn't even know that it was possible to get our body from heaven, that this eternal body could become mine on this earth without having to die, because none of the preachers told me, and my theologians never told me either. They never told me. Nobody told me. God was trying to tell me, but I wasn't listening. If so be that being clothed we shall not be found naked. Paul is not talking about death here in this chapter at all. Nothing to do with death. So he said we don't want to be unclothed. If you're unclothed, it means you're dead. When Adam said to God, I'm naked, he was really saying, I'm dead. I'm embarrassed, because here I am. You created me to be eternal, but now I'm dead. Verse 4, for we that are in this body do groan, being burdened, not that we would be unclothed. Oh Lord, can we get a hold of this today? I want to tell you, I was talking to somebody recently who told me, I've already got my tombstone. I've already got the block for the head of my grave. It's got my name on it and all the details that was necessary. The only thing missing is the date. I said, for goodness sake. That's what you're anticipating? How many Christians are waiting to die? You know, when you get, over 50, that's kind of, when the slide starts. You're on the downward run from there. And you start to get a little creaky in your knees, and you get a little bit of the arthur stuff, arthritis, and all of this that's going on in your body, and, you're halfway down the stairs and you stop and wonder, was I going down or was I coming up? And here we are. Do we really earnestly desire to be clothed upon with our house from heaven? Come on. You see, it's a challenge, isn't it? We've become so used to it. I mean, I see some people today, and they're staggering along. Well, how long are you going to do it for? I mean, I see a man the other day, and he's carrying an oxygen bottle with him. And he's all hooked up to that thing, and I thought to myself, well, son, how long are you going to walk with that thing? I think he's quite prepared to walk with that thing for the rest of his life. You understand? Are you earnestly desiring to get your house from heaven? Or are you saying, well, God, it's not too bad. I mean, I can put up with these aches and pains and whatever, and, You see, but there's another one of my friends just recently died. 12 months ago I was there, and I talked to this man. I said, brother, listen, your ministry's not over yet. Get up off your chair and get up off your bed and start to be a man and let God put a new body on you. He can do it. But he couldn't quite grasp it, you know. Oh, brother. You know, it's like, I'm tired, you know. I've had a good life, and I've had a lot of fun. I've had some problems. But, you know, I just think about heaven. Would to God we could get rid of the concept of heaven up there. Come on. If you think you're going to walk on streets of gold, you're crazy. I'll tell you now. There's no city up there with a great wall around it, 4 square, and it's got streets of gold. There's no such place. Heaven is not a geographic location, and if you've got a GPS in your car, try and set it for heaven. Because I'm telling you, it'll have a heart attack, probably crack up. Because heaven is not a geographic location. You can't go there. Heaven is a state of mind. And I want to tell you, if you're not living in heaven now, forget about it after you die. Because heaven is not something you've got to wait for. It's for the now. You are to be seated in heavenly places in Christ Jesus now. Right now. And your feet don't have to leave the earth. Well, not more than about that much anyway. It's just kind of like walking them. So, it says here, we are desiring to be clothed upon with our house from heaven. It says in verse 4, in this tabernacle we groan, being burdened, not that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life. Like I said to you, I don't know what you want, but if you want God to make your mortal body immortal, I would say, God, thank you, but no thanks. That is not what we want.